Hola! Hey guys, welcome to Miss Serenity Oasis. I am Miss Serenity. So today I have a question. I want to know, why is it that when people want to come back into your life who you have not spoken to in a long time, especially exes, why is it that exes use the excuse of, I had a dream about you last night, in order to come back in the door? Like, why do y'all humans be doing this? I need somebody to answer the question. And I know somebody watching this video does that. Why do y'all humans do that? Why do you use the excuse, I had a dream about you last night? Like, cut the crap. You know how many times in my life, I can't even count how many times in my life people tried to use that excuse to come back in the door, especially exes. Like, I had so many exes that hit me up. They'll be like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good, How are you? Oh, I'm doing well. I was just thinking about you, and I was just making sure that everything is okay because I had a dream about you last night. And I'll be like, yeah, everything is absolutely fine. It's like, oh, you had a dream about me? And then they're like, yeah, I had a dream about you. So then, of course, naturally, people are going to say, what was the dream about? All of a sudden, they had a dream that you guys were on a date, that you guys were like in France or in Paris on a romantic date, holding hands, drinking wine while enjoying the view of the Eiffel Tower from the restaurant that you're at, having the most freshest French bread ever. It's just the most romantic scene in the world. And then you went back to this really nice hotel suite, and once you opened the window and the curtains, the scenic view was just so amazing. Even the air smelled different there. It was just such a wonderful romantic place. Next thing you know, you have the candles burning, and you can smell the sweet aroma from the candles infusing the air in the room. You have the music sets. They have this whole elaborate dream about the two of you, and it always ends in the two of y'all having sex. No matter what description they give you of the dream, it always ends in the two of you having sex. Why y'all be doing that? Somebody let me know. Why y'all be doing that? I really need to know. Why do people do that? Is that the only way that you feel like you could get back in the door? More than likely, it probably is. More than likely, it probably is. I really and truly have reasons to believe that that is the only way some of y'all can get y'all foot in the door. And that's exactly why you do it. I already know why you do it. That's the only way you can get that foot in the door. Because you know why? Whenever you tell somebody, I had a dream about you, they're going to be curious about what the dream was about. You know what I started doing? I started realizing things about people, like with my exes or whatever. I start realizing that they use certain things to get back in the door. So what I would do is I would give them the opposite reaction of exactly whatever the fuck it is that they thought that I was going to say. So like if they would do something like that and be like, oh, I had a dream about you, I wouldn't even ask them what it was about. I'd be like, oh, okay. Fuck their head up. Like, damn, she's not gonna ask what it's about. She's not gonna ask. Because they painting these fucking pictures in their mind that they want to paint in your mind, because they want to open that door up to slide right back on in. So they're gonna try whatever they can try. Me, with the ex, I was like, oh, okay. But when you do that, that's when they, they start to volunteer to tell you, oh, it was about whatever, X, Y, and Z. They go into all these elaborate details. I mean, detailed as fuck too. Drinking my soursop tea. And if you don't know what soursop is, I suggest you do your research. It is very good. It's very good for our bodies. But you do your own research and you find out why it is good. A lot of times and I'm getting off topic because y'all know I do that sometimes. A lot of times we depend on other people's knowledge and we don't do the research behind it, I don't care what anybody tells you. You still need to go and do your own research on anything that you are curious about. You cannot just take other people's word, okay? Especially when it comes to your body. And this interruption has been brought to you by Spirit. Y'all know when Spirit have a message, the message has to come out. The message has to come out. But listen, because let me tell you guys, this has happened to me recently quite a few times. So there was one young lady who my man and I were communicating with, you know, getting to know, stuff like that. And, you know, we talked for a couple of months and everything like that. And, you know, things just pretty much like grew apart. This person became very inconsistent, you know, so it was just like, whatever. So all of a sudden, one day, this person, she hits me up and she's like, hey, oh my God, I had a dream about you guys last night. And I was like, hey, and she was like, oh my God, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing well. You know, the two of us are doing good or whatever. She's like, that's great. I had a dream about you guys last night and I was just so shocked. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, what was the dream about? And then she was like, oh my goodness, it was a dream that we were on a date, me, you, and him. And, I don't know. I don't think that he liked me that much. I don't think that he really liked me. And she goes, but we were all like getting along. We were out to dinner. We were at the table or whatever. And she was like, but he wasn't really speaking to me. He really wasn't saying anything to me. He was really only speaking to you. So then she says, you know, I told him that I wanted to go buy you a gift, because one thing about me, my love language is gifts. And anybody that fucks with me, you must know that my love language is gifts. So yeah, she was like, oh, so I told him that in the dream, I told him that I wanted to go buy you a gift or whatever, and that I wanted him to give me some money for it. So she goes, he gave me his credit card and told me to buy whatever I needed to buy for you, whatever you wanted. So she says that she went out to go use his credit card and she bought me something really nice. And then she wanted to buy something for herself or something of that nature. And he got so mad at her for like spending money on herself, or it was something of that nature or whatever, that he got so mad at her or whatever. And like, I don't know what type of dream it was. She was like, you know, and then I went back to the dinner table and, you know, but at the end of the day, she was trying to paint the picture of me, him, and her. And I'm like, ma'am, listen, ain't no need to paint those type of pictures, because those days have passed. Those days are behind us. And I hate when people do that type of shit. Me and my man was talking about it, and my man was like, listen, she was trying to get back in the door. She was trying to use that dream as a way to put her foot back in the door. He was like, but you wasn't falling for it. I'm like, no, I'm not falling for that, because you have to be direct. You have to be straightforward. And you don't have to use the excuse of, I had a dream about you, in order to get your foot in the door. You could be straightforward. You could be like, listen, I've been thinking about this lately, and X, Y, Z, whatever, let's try it again. Or, you know, I miss hanging out with you, or whatever the fuck, whoever it is, because not only do exes do it, but other people do it too. You can have family members, they'll be like, girl, you were in my dream last night. You know, anybody could use that excuse, but the exes, I'm telling you, them exes be coming back with that excuse. Like, that's the number one excuse to hit you up. Like, oh, I'm only hitting you up because I had a dream about you, and the dream was about us being in a romantic, you know. You got some people, they'll make some outlandish they'll make up some outlandish dreams. Now you got them other people that make up dreams like, oh, there was a dinosaur chasing us. But for the most part, I'm telling you, like, let me know below, people who come back to you, exes that come back to you and tell you they have a dream about you, was it something sexual? Did it end with something sexual? Did it start with something sexual? It's always something sexual. It's always something sexual. It is always something sexual. Oh, I had a dream that we was fucking and it was so good. And it reminded me of back in the days. They always come up with some type of sexual, erotic dream that they had about you all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Now they having dreams about you. Yeah. Always. Never feels right. Why do people do that? Is that the only way that y'all could come back, for real? Like, is that the only thing y'all could think of? Like, your mind is not that creative to say, let me find a creative way. Or you just can't be that straightforward and like just straight up. If you had a friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time, that's the only way you could get back in the door, is by saying, I had a dream about you. Because y'all know people are going to be like, what was the dream about? Because everybody want to know, like, if somebody had a dream about them, they want to know what the fuck that dream was about. We all want to know. If somebody tells us, hey, I had a dream about you, we want to know. So I'm like, please stop using that excuse to try to get back in the door with me. Please. No need to use that excuse to get back in the door with me. That shit is like, every time somebody come to me and be like, they had a dream about me, especially when it's something sexual involved, I promise y'all, in my head, I be laughing in my head like, yeah, this bitch made this up. This bitch made this shit up, like, literally. I'm like, any other night, you don't have no dreams. When me and you used to talk, you ain't never talk about no dreams, no vivid dreams. Now you done had the most vivid dream possible about me. And then after the conversation about the dream, now all of a sudden they feel like the door is open, so they just dive right on in with a whole nother other conversation. So how your sister and brother been doing? What they got going on? And now they got you caught up in a different conversation. That's what they do. I'm telling you, this is how exes, baby, that's how they slide right on in. Because after they tell you about that dream, and then they're going to start asking you, they're going to automatically start asking you about everybody. So how your mom been? How's work? Are you still doing the same thing? And then, you know, your dumb ass going to be right there falling for the trap, falling for the trick, taking the bait. And you're going to be like, oh, my mom, you know, she's not doing too well. She's been having this problem with her health, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be like, damn, are you serious? I'm sorry to hear that. And they're going to be like, you know, it's just gonna get deeper and deeper. That conversation gonna get deeper and deeper, honey. And your ex got you right where they want you, all because they lied and said they had a dream about you. And don't get me wrong, because I'm not saying that it cannot be true that they had a dream about you. However, what I am saying is most of the time they ass be lying. Most of the time they ass be lying. Most of the time they ask me making that shit up. It just don't even feel right. And y'all know I'm a psychic. I'm a medium. I am an empath. I could feel emotions. I could feel all that kind of stuff. It just don't even feel like that is the truth coming out their mouth half of the time. So me personally, I just laugh. I be like, you know what? I gotta laugh at this shit. It's certain stuff. It's like comical. Because I'm like, we are all grown adults here. And you mean to tell me that you cannot just straightforward come back and be like, hey, how are you? Without making some bullshit up as lie. Because everybody, that cannot just happen to all of your exes. You know how many people that I've dealt with in the past have said that to me? Like, oh, I had a dream about this and that. And you know who else does that? People who you first start talking to too. They do that shit too. And it's always something sexual. Oh, damn, you know, you was in my dream last night. Oh, for real? What was my dream? What was your dream about? Shit, I had a dream. You know, we went for a long ride, and next thing I know, you had unzipped my pants. Yep, it's always something sexual too. People who you first start talking to, they do the same thing. I'm telling you, you gotta watch out for those type of people, honey. Those type of people are manipulators. They want to manipulate the fuck out of you. They really would. We are grown. Be straightforward. Be like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about you, so I decided to hit you up. What's up? How you doing? But you know what? The thing about it is that they know how to get in. And that's how you get in, by saying, I had a dream about you. That shit do not work over here, honey. It don't work over here. You gonna tell me that, and I'm just gonna laugh in my head, and I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. Cool. What else? Tell me what else. Over here, it'd be like, yep. Right plan, wrong man, because it is not working, honey. Y'all got to learn how to be direct. Just be straightforward. Hit people up and just be real and be like, listen, I was just thinking about you and X, Y, and Z. If they don't want to fuck with you, they don't want to fuck with you. And not only that, I'm the type of person, I like for people to be straightforward with me. I like for people to be straight up, open and honest. It's simple. And I mean real simple. I don't have any time to play any games whatsoever at all. And anyways, when you guys are ready, when you want to book a full tarot card session, you know what to do. Inbox me or DM me on Facebook and Instagram. And do not forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Anywho, I love you guys, and I have to go. Have a beautiful day.